to get our class off to a good start. So 20 points, Tricia. Okay, let's, as I said, you're the lucky people who get to be part of our class and listen to us. Welcome about all kinds of gifts and greetings for dads and but all of them, while they act kind of tough, to an Father's, Father's Day, not just holidays. So I'm sure that you're on the call this evening because I to give as Father's Day gifts or encourage my daughters and daughters-in-law to give as Father's Day gifts are coming up. So just a small overview, but seriously put Dad in the template gallery search engine with all products selected and you'll see hundreds of ideas. So one of the things I absolutely love, and one of these is something that I asked Roxanne to make for us, are these metal prints with the um, piece on the back that allowed it to stand on the desk. These are absolutely wonderful office gifts. And the one on the left that says the Buchholz boys, um, I actually made for my son with pictures of his children, and he has um, three daughters, and so each daughter had their own line on the metal print, and it was a huge success. Marin Bonney, our creative director, took a photo that she loved and centered the photo at the bottom with lots of white space above it from the photo and made this beautiful piece. And you can too. The lettering there is already done for you. All you do is replace the photo. You can't get much faster or easier than that. You know, there are lots of different kinds of dads in the world. They're interested in lots of different kinds of things. And I love this Fast Life canvas by Tanya Rigby because you can use it to make a 20 by 20 canvas of anything that your children's father, your own father, or your grandfather is interested in. If it's gardening, if it's tinkering around with classic cars, if it's racing, whatever it is, this is a canvas that loans itself really easily to being made into something that's unique for your own dad. I also like this small 8 by 8 canvas by Tanya that has a place for a photo of dad and daughter, and it's just absolutely adorable. And then Michelle Wolfley, a former creative team member, also made this beautiful wood art canvas that's 20 by 8 that's perfect for dad for his den or office. So see if the voice holds up for the entire broadcast. Appreciate your patience. Well, let's look at something else that would work in the man cave or on the den wall that Dad would particularly appreciate. And we're going to go into studio and do a little work on this. The color isn't very good on this slide, but as you know, I particularly like this frame that's on the right. It comes from Michael's craft store, and it already comes with the mat in it. And when I say the color isn't very good, it really is a nice, clean, bright white and matches the white of our prints beautifully. It's looking a little grayed down on your screen. So this is a subway poster that I made, and it fits in this piece, in this frame beautifully. But it's very easy to customize and personalize, and that's what we. Let's add a name and change the colors. You know, about heritage makers and what we know other people who add a name or a photo. And on some of the pieces, they're a little generic. It does say my dad, and you can change all of those words because would it be to add dad's name to this poster? Well, okay, so we're in studio right now, and what you're seeing is going to do a couple of things to make this a little bit more personal to you. I should turn this into something for Mr. Angelostro. Is turn on the rulers under View, Show Ruler, and I'll show you why I'm going on to the Provides and Protects line just to give this particular piece a little more personalization. I'm going to type already have the S, so let's say PRO. And you can see that on your screen that it now has my husband's name in it, so that if one of his children wanted to give this to him, it would have his, that it no longer fits the space with that very. So we're going to click on it. We'll go in that box. The other side, we're going to extend pieces between it. Okay. Oh, let's get it where we want it first. And my problem is I need to get rid of my toolbox so that it doesn't interfere with me letting this go. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the O over so that it's only a quarter of an inch away from that other lettering. And we're going to pull the M on the other side. And it looks like I'm going to have to make my screen a little bit smaller to be able to grab that. But you can see what I'm doing. I am taking my control key and I'm letting the control key give me a custom sized text box, holding the control key down and then letting go. And then if we go and show the whole screen, let's take our ruler off. You can see that it's now personalized with Mike's name. So adds a little bit of extra oomph to the personalization on this particular project. But what if we want to change the colors or change the couple of pieces of art that are on here? Let's look at how we would do that. If we go to the art collections and type in Dad, we'll come up with previews, we'll come up with embellishments, we'll come up with alphabets, and at the very bottom we'll come up with word art. If we scroll through the word art, we can find things that might work well on here, and I kind of like I kind of like this dad with the heart. So let's get rid of this and look at working with this dad with the heart. What I'd suggest, if there are parts that you want to replace, I'm going to replace A Father's Love, Priceless, with this dad. But I'm not going to take the text away yet because I'm going to see just how big I can get this and what I need to do to change it. And it's about that size, and what it looks like is I can take away the example, get my toolbox back. I'm going to take away example, and I'm going to take away true hero, and I'm going to take away A Father's Love is priceless. And I'm bringing this back, and I'm going to put my rulers back on, and I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to line that up so it has the same kind of orientation with two squares on the side and one square between the top and the bottom. But now I kind of have a big hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this first coach. I'm going to hold my control key down and I'm going to bring that up so it works. Now I'm going to have to do the same thing with my hard working. I'm going to have to bring it up. So I'm going to, oh, I have the shift key down. That's not going to work. It's the control key that we need. And now we have the heart in the right place, and we have the text all right because I adjusted it really easily. Now, if I go back up to the top, I have a heart in the middle of this word art that's quite dark colored. I could leave that the way it is, or I could find a little heart and make it the same red color. I can change the color of the text. I can do all kinds of things, but this way I can personalize it for my dad. I could put something in there that was particularly appropriate to him, his interests, and make it all his own. So let's see what that would look like when it's finished. Here you can see what I started with and what I finished up. And the one that I'm showing you here does have a heart bore top and made the same color red. We changed some of the brown for the red that we used. It's kind of an orangey, hip kind of a red. And there it is. It's much more personalized for your particular dad. So, questions. When you're on a Mac, instead of control, it is command. So it's control that you hold down on a PC, it's command that you hold down on a Mac. Any other questions about what we just did? Well, let's move forward to Roxanne's, but let's give away some more points. Let's give away 15 points. Um, Roxanne, maybe you should select a letter.
How about the letter A?
A. Okay. This is 15 points, and let's find the A's. Oh, one very lucky A is on the call. So we're giving this 15 points to Amy Gerborg. So Amy, we're excited to hand over that 15 points to you. And Roxanne, I am going to make you the presenter and let you take this away.
Great. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
I can.
Great. All right, so we're going to talk about some Father's Day inspiration. We're going to show off some templates here from the creative team members. Okay, first we have this brand new one from Michelle Bell called We Love Dad. It's absolutely adorable. It's perfect little size, a little flip, which is perfect for the kids to give to their dad. She's actually used the new Tool Time borders, and all the pieces are already put together for you. So all you do is you just put the whole little cluster of items along the border and you're good to go. It's no moving little pieces around here and there. It's just super simple and quick. So as you can see, she's used different photos, a couple combinations, some color, some black and white. There's some cute little phrases and sayings. But this is just a great little flip book that Dad can carry around with him in his briefcase or have on his desk. It's very fun. And our goal as the creative team is to create templates that you guys really love and enjoy, but we also want them easily customizable for you guys too. We've got lots of different clustered borders out there now if you search the art gallery. And there's things for like Christmas holidays, and there's flowered pink and purple borders. So once again, these borders are a quick swap and change. You could change it to the pink birthday border per se and make it a nice birthday book very easily and simply. All right, our next one also by Michelle Bell. These are great little 14 by 11 prints, which would also work in the frame that Linda showed you earlier. These are fun. These are little mask letters. So the little mask shows up and you just drop the photo right behind it, which fills out the letters there, of course. And then she's just used fun word art to create these fun different little sayings for Dad. And then there is word art. She threw up little basketball things in here if your husband is a basketball fan or your child loves it. So once again, she's just swapped out some colors, some word art, and just created two different things basically from the same template. So anything you want or your husband likes, you can easily change it to maybe if he's into race cars, you put some tires and some race car things on here and some gravel on the highway, and it's completely customized to race car. Very quick and easy. All right, and then for the husband or father that's a hunter or maybe an outdoorsman, Sandra Dovray has these great canvases. There's a 24 by 18 duck hunting one, and then also an 18 by 18 pheasant hunting one. So these are great for the hunter, but I was thinking about them earlier today, and they'd be easily customizable for any man who likes the outdoors, even if it isn't hunting or fishing, maybe it's just camping. So you could easily change these, first four letters instead of H-U-N-T, hunt. We'll just change it to, swap it out to C-A-M-P, and it'll be camping instead. You can remove the gun and put a nice camping picture of dad and his children with tents up or something. So it could be a nice just outdoor type of gift. All right, so we have a couple things here. One from Shanna Vineyard on the left, and then another Subway print from Carrie Peratt on the right. These are just really quick and easy, fun little things. I don't think necessarily that Shanna made this one on the left for her husband for Father's Day, but it would be easily used for that. It's so sweet. It's the two loves in her life, and she said, I can't even explain how happy it makes my heart to see the two of you play and be best buds that you are. So it's just a sweet little 12 by 12 page that you can frame or put in your post-found album. And then Carrie Peratt has this cute little Father's Day print here too, which just like Linda showed you earlier, could be easily customizable or customized with your husband or your father's name in it. So just move things around a little bit or change one of the lines and just go ahead and drop in their name and then customize the colors fit the decor, his office, and it'll be good to go. All right, and this is a brand new series out that I just designed called Good Fathers, and of course I did the entire series once again. But this is really easy to design because we have this great new art collection out there that's got all these fun, nice colors, modern colors, and these fun little chalkboard word bubbles. And all I did was, if you remember last month, I had a Good Mothers version for Mother's Day, and all I did was I actually used my own templates for that. And all I did was swap out papers, the photos, and then just where I had embellishments before for the Mother's Day, I just swapped them out to dad elements. So it's exactly the same template, but I just swapped things out and made it a Father's Day version instead. But we've got everything. You've got the canvas, you've got an 8x8 storybook, there's a flip book, the mug is adorable, that'd be a cute little gift, or just a card if you want that. But all the pieces coordinate, and it's just a really fun set. So I just wanted to show you the inside of the flip book real quick, a couple little spreads. And the flip book is basically just a smaller version of the 8x8, so it just depends on which your husband would like better, would work better. But you can just see these fun little dad embellishments inside. It's just some pages just have a couple simple photos, and then other pages have a few more, just depending on what you have. I love the little word bubbles. You can say exactly what dad said or the child was thinking. So, just, I think dads like to be a little more fun and whimsical as opposed to like super serious all the time. At least my husband and my father were like that. So just, have fun with dad and make it fun for him, and the kids can laugh with him and enjoy it. And then I think last year I came up with this, but these have been a big hit, and they're just super fun. Once again, they're on the humorous side, so there's just a whole bunch of different, I think these are 11 by 14 prints, but there's also canvases available, as well as I think there's greeting cards as well, so there's several different options for you to choose from. So I came up with all these funny little wanted posters, wanted for stealing daddy's heart, and then you put your daughter or your son's name, and they just have these funny, like last scene, wrapping daddy around her finger and tugging his heartstrings. And then there's fun, but the ones for the golfer, wanted for leaving divots and wanted for telling fish tales. And there's a couple of other different versions too. There's one called Stealing Our Hearts. There's one for Horse Lovin' and one for Good Old Times, which actually has an old time car or motorcycle feeling to it. So there's lots of great different options. So be sure to check those out. You can search either the number or keyword search. I think we'll find you all the wanted posters. And then it also has, the Wanted series also has a flip book, which this has been really fun. It's just really quick and easy. It's the top 10 most reasons why we love Dad. And I just had a lot of fun with this. So, page 1 says, top number one thing, and they're telling us stories and providing laughs and loving us, and just simple little photos. I just turned to black and white and then kind of captured that theme on each page. But it was fun. My husband and kids got a kick out of looking through this last year. And then we have lots of other different gift options too. Like Linda had said, just search in the template gallery, type in father or dad, or if he has a certain interest like sports or outdoors, you're going to find 1,000 different things. So here's just a couple of different things. We've got lots of different little 12 by 12. There's wrapped canvases as well as prints for different sports. If he's really into sports or your son or daughter play a sport, that would be fun to have both of their names on it. And then there's like a fun little fisherman's ruler, which is the 8 by 20 canvas. So, the ones he wants to throw back, the smaller size ones, and then the big ones are the keepers. And then, of course, for the outdoorsmen, there's this nice little iPhone case. And I've actually seen both of these printed, and they're absolutely beautiful. The colors come out right on, and they're great. So great for any man, the hunting and the fishing one, or, of course, it could be just outdoors. And then a lot of husbands and men just love the sports, so I think I have just about all the sports covered. So I'm just showing you 4 here, football, lacrosse, baseball, hockey, but there's every other sport out there that you can imagine. So just look under, type in sports, and then search down to the gifts or the iPhone cases, and you'll find those. And then we have this new series out too, called the American Wild West, so the new art collection that I just came up with. So I started doing some more kind of cowboy-themed things. So this is a great little 12 by 12 scrap page, and a lot of, the cowboys out there, a lot of them are actual cowboys, and some are more cowboy at heart. But a lot of them are very patriotic, and it's just a great way to celebrate, celebrate them and their love of outdoors and being a cowboy. So I also came out with, just yesterday, I did a little Father's Day greeting card. I thought this was so cute, this little cowboy here, and it says, I do all my own stunts. So it's a great little Father's Day card that you could give him. And as well, you could make this 11 by 14 print. If your husband's, into Western things or a cowboy, you could actually make a print of him doing what he does, maybe at a rodeo or something, with a nice little quote. I kind of took away the more kid-like paper and just made it more of a wood tone, so he could actually frame this and put it in his office, and yet you still have a little coordinating, the big cowboy and the little cowboy, and they go together. So I thought that was a cute little set. Okay, and then recently we started doing, for the last few months, we've started creating these design maps that you'll see here on the left. So every month we do a different theme. I think last month we did a Mother's Day one, and this time we've done a Father's Day one. So what I do is I design this design map, and I turn it over to our design team, and I tell them that they can do anything with it that they want. So what you see here on the right is 6 different versions of the same design, but each designer puts their own spin on it. So they're very simple and easy to make, so I encourage you guys to give it a try. There's several versions out there. You can search for map, and it'll bring up different design maps that are available. As you can see, like Carrie decided to do a baseball theme, so it's just really cute. I mean, that would be great for a father, but it'd also be cute for your son's room too, if you just dropped in a picture of him playing baseball. We've got this fun, bright, colorful one from Cynthia. It's got the little compass on it and these great little alphabet letters that's colors of his office. Michelle Bell has done this nice little gear mechanical one. I did a Western one off of the new art collection. Shanna's done a very patriotic one. And then Sandra Debray has done loosely a basketball themed one. You see the little netting in the back and kind of the basketball colors and the basketball with floor and stuff. So basically, you're tasked with keeping the elements all in the same place, so you can see the bigger circle, the smaller circles, and we've all done the same thing. And then you're free to add in little, stars here and there, and just spruce it up a little bit, drop in a different frame behind it or a piece of paper. But basically, it gives you the guidelines. It's super quick and super easy to do. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. If you guys want to, go ahead and type in the chat box a theme idea. What do you want to see me make tonight. So I'm going to go into studio and I'm going to actually make it for you in 5 minutes or less. So start typing in your ideas and I'll go into studio and we'll make one together. So let me go back. Let's see here.
Do you want
okay,
to
it's
see
ready.
what people are interested in having you do? Okay, so you can choose from some of these. We've got a couple of people who've talked about scouts, a couple of people who've talked about coin collecting, beach, tractors. What are you interested in? Somebody else said they bet you couldn't do a new baby one with that.
I could do just about anything. There's probably 1,000 combinations we could do. Let's say, what should we do? Let's try the scout one.
Okay.
So let's see what we've got here. So we've got our design map up. So basically all these papers are just gray paper, so you just drag and drop and your paper will replace it. You check here under my projects. I've gone to my current project and you can see all the different things that we've used here. So they're all just gray. So all we're going to do is drag and drop. Okay, let's go to our art collection and let's type in Scout and see what we've got. All right, let's see. So we've got lots of different collections for scouting, lots of outdoor type things. Let's see, let's go to this. I think this is scouting papers. So we're going to go ahead and open that and see if we can use some papers from that one. All right, so we're going to want to, we have type text that runs over this background. So we want to keep the background fairly simple so that we can still read it. Let's see here. Actually, I think I want a plain paper on the top. So let's go ahead and maybe on this bottom part, I'm going to drop in this little Scout fleur-de-lis kind of logo thing here. And I think maybe I just want some tan paper up here. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in tan paper. We'll see what we find. So I'm going to try to find something that kind of coordinates with this paper down here. Let's see. Maybe it's a little more gray. Let's just try this one for now. I'm just going to drag and drop the paper. That might look okay. And then we have, let's see, these lines down here, we can actually just pick up, we can color tint it. We'll pick up the green color here in the fleur-de-lis just to make a little detail. And then let's go back and look at for more scouting things. We need a couple little scout things to fill in these little places. Go back to our art collection. All right, scroll through here real quick. Lots of fun camping things. So my first choice would be this little trail ahead. You can actually it. So if it drops in, okay, so we're gonna our next element. These are some little scout buttons. Let me see here. I'm going to drop out so I can load up. See, yep, the little Boy Scout, Eagle Scout things. So let's go ahead and we'll crop those. We just want to use one. Let's go to this regular boy skin. Try that again. We're going to crop it. And we'll add a little drop shadow. And we're just going to kind of pull it over the same area that the other gray circle was. There. And then we're just going to grab the circle behind and delete that. Just pull it over a little bit. Let's find the next element. What else could we use? Let's see. What else would be good? Something to the... Oh, a compass. Let's do a compass too. We'll just drop in the compass. Perfect. That fit well. And maybe one other element. That's maybe these binoculars would be good too. So we'll just throw those up there and add a drop shadow. Just make them a little bigger, and then we'll pull them here. And then we'll go ahead and delete that. Let's make it actual size again. It needs a little something else. So let's find something for these little strips. They're actually little pieces of paper, so you can just drop in pieces of color paper, or you could do something like stitches. Let's type in stitch and find some different stitch pieces here. So you've got all these great fun stitches. So we'll just pull something up. We'll just make it bigger here so we can see it. So it's fun. You instantly have little stitches here. And then you can copy it and paste it and then rotate it. And that can make your second version here. And then we'll just send that to the back and bring it forward a little bit so it gets on top line. Great, so I've got the simple basics here of what a scattered poster would look like. It seems to me it needs a little something else. So maybe we need an element tying it all together, maybe like some greenery or something. Let's go ahead and back to our art collection and see what we can find. Let's go back to, maybe let's type in outdoor and see what we can find. I'm looking for something that's like a vine or something that could fill in the space. Let's see. Get some more options here. A little bit. In together. So I'd probably do a little green and then maybe one more little branch. Flip this, add a drop shadow. I always add drop shadows to everything. Maybe go over and yeah, you can do a quick little scouting poster. It needs a little tweaking here and there, but design maps are really easy to use. So we'd love, you guys to type in the chat box too if you're liking these design maps. Are you finding them useful? Or do they scare you a little bit? We'd love to hear your thoughts on if you're using them, or if you haven't used them yet, we'd love for you to try them and let us know how you're liking them.
People are saying they're very excited to try them and that they love the maps. And
great.
Thank you very much. Yes, I love the design maps. Yes, so I really think they are. Are there any questions for Roxanne about what you just saw? We're going to switch to Cynthia while we're answering questions. Nope, you explained it beautifully. Everybody's looking
Okay,
forward
great.
to trying it.
Yeah, please
So
try it.
let's let's make Cynthia our presenter. But first of all, while we're in the process of doing that, let's give away some more points. So let's find. Okay, I think I'm going to choose Alexa this time, and I never get to choose.
That's
Um,
you.
I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose a J. Cynthia, do you want to give me a number to go with the J between 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 to 5?
All right, why don't we go with 2?
Okay. 2 is Jan Lupien. Lupien. Jan, I don't know how to say that in American, but anyway, it's Lupien, and it's Jan, and there are 15 points coming your way. And let's turn the time over to Cynthia.
Great. Well, thanks. That was really neat, Roxanne. Thanks for sharing that with us. So it's true that great things come in small packages, and the books I'm about to show you are no exception. Although these books are really a little bit too big for most pockets these days, these smaller books that I'm about to show you are really a very popular size for dad tribute books and gift books for dads. I'm happy to tell you as well that during the month of May, so this month, these small books, so the 7x5 storybook and all our flip and swatch books, you'll get an additional 10% off when you publish in May. So, okay, here we go. This is a storybook that I recently designed, and it's called Me and My Dad. And the concept is really simple on this. It's told from the little boy's perspective about all the kinds of things that he loves doing with his father. And each page has only 1 or 2 photos and just a line or 2 of text. So here is, you can see a couple of these inside spreads. But what I really wanted to talk to you about briefly is how I used a story plan in creating this book. I know that sometimes it can feel kind of intimidating, at least it does to me when I think about I want to make a storybook from scratch. It seems like a big project to tackle. And so Linda helped me learn how if I use a story plan and break it down into smaller manageable pieces, it's really not so bad. So when you break it down and you think about our standard storybook, it's a front and a back cover, and it's an opening title page and a closing title page, and in between all of those, it's 10 spreads. So you break it down into those pieces, and then you go from there. So I wrote an article about using a story plan for this specific book, and I think I'll do more for future books. And so if you'd like to learn more about using a story plan to create a book, check out my article on our Heritage Makers blog. It's just blog.heritagemakers.com. Okay, and of course, when you start with a template like that one and like these ones that I'm showing you now, that planning and design work has really been done for you. So that's one of the great reasons to start with a template. So this fun book is by Marin McKay. It's 100 Reasons Dad is King, and I just love it. I love the concept of having those small little photos, circular photos of each member of the family, and then above are these quote bubbles or quote box or talk bubbles where there's just different statements from each member of the family about why they love and appreciate the dad. And this template has such a colorful contemporary design, and it would be very easy to personalize. So that might be something you'd like to do this year for your dad or father-in-law or grandpa or husband. Okay, here's another 7x5 template. This is by Michelle Bell. You Are Everything to Me, and it's filled with beautiful photos and sentiments throughout. And so I encourage you to also browse through that, and that might be something you'd like to use this year as well. This is a wonderful book, a 7 by 5 storybook created by Linda. 100 Things I Love About You, Dad. And I wondered, Linda, would you tell us a little bit about this template? I mean, what made you think about sort of listing 1 through 100?
Well, my father and I were really very close. He lived in England, of course, but we webcammed every day, and he really became one of my closest friends as well as my father. And I wanted to make a little tribute book for him. And as I started to think about the things that meant a great deal to me, there were lots of them. And pretty soon I had, 60 or 70, and I thought, well, why not just make it 100? And so I numbered these little word strips and put them in there, and a lot of them are things that you love about your dad too. And so some of them you'll want to change up if you use this template to be more specific to your father, and some of them you'll look at them and say, oh, that's just my dad to a T as well. The other way that you can use this is if you have an extended family and say there are 10 grandchildren, you can assign everybody 10 pieces and you can just add their initial after the set that they are responsible for. So it has a photo in the very beginning and a photo in the end of Dad. So there are just a couple of photos, and otherwise the rest is text. And it's really easy to do. And it's something that is very moving for a father to receive. We don't always take the time that we need to let them know how appreciated they are and what specifically they are appreciated for.
That's wonderful. I know this is beautiful. Just reading a few of the things, I think, oh, what a special project. And like you say, it's seemingly very simple, but very profound in its meaning. And so, and I know that a lot of times the dads and moms, but dads now that it's Father's Day, really do. It's so easy to take them for granted. And so, if we take some time to reflect on all of the fun and even quirky things that we love about them and that we appreciate about them and put it down on paper, it's really going to be a significant keepsake for them. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Linda. Finally, I had to share this cute project. It's a Father's Day combo here. On the right, we've got a square flip book, and on the left, we've got a 4x6 invitation, basically a card, Father's Day card. And I just love the design, the colors. We're playing on the M&M theme, and we talked about that a little bit in our last class, how clever Carrie was to create those M&Ms. And she made a teacher card that's similar to this, and here's the Father's Day version. And what kid wouldn't love having their photo on the card and filling that little flip book with all kinds of great photos and thoughts, and then giving that with a big old bag of M&Ms to their father. And I know Carrie's daughter busily made some for the teachers, jars with M&Ms, and it's just such a cute book. So thanks, Carrie, for making that. And this is one that is really fun. And that's really all I have to share.
Let's see if
Were
there are
any
questions
at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions for Cynthia while okay.
Well, if not, that's certainly okay. We can go ahead and talk about our next class. Linda, do you want to talk about what's coming?
Yes, let's do that.
Can you see that up on your screen?
Well,
or did you?
Let's go to our next class page. Let's give away some points to those people who hung in with us through our entire class.
Yeah.
Let's give away 20 points.
Ooh.
Do you want to choose a letter for those 20 points? They like it when we give away points.
I know. I like it too. I will choose the letter M for mom. I guess I should have chosen F, but M.
Okay, let's see. Well, this is really interesting. This is the second time that we only have one person on the call whose first name begins with the letter that we chose. That is Melinda Hobbs. So, Melinda, you have 20 points headed your way into your account. So we do have a question that goes back to Roxanne's, and I'm going to answer this before we show you what our next class is. And that was about those dad letters on those 14 by 11 posters, and they want to know how you place the pictures. You just swap the pictures out. The pictures are behind masks for the dad letters, and so it's just another swapping function. Okay. Um, so next class, the 20th of May, and we've got baby because we're talking about baby shower, baby announcements, um, baby gifts, um, baby decor, how to decorate the nursery, and we have all kinds of really cool things to show you. And we hope that you can join us on the 23rd of May for our Rock by Baby class. So, with that, we you well attending, and we will see you on the 23rd of May. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Good night.